Hey guys, it's Sleepy Reader. I just wanted to share with you what has made me most happy in my comic book purchases this week. It came in the mail from Amazon.com for me, and it is the Rocketeer, the hardbound volume of the 4 issues done by Mark Waid and Chris Samnee, known as the Cargo of Doom. And one thing I kind of wanted to alert people to is it's incredibly cheap on Amazon, at least right now. 12, and I'm not advertising, I'm just alerting those of you who might be interested. $12, $12.08, I think, for this, with a normal price tag of $24.99. So instead of $25, I paid $12. It's a beautiful hardback. I don't think you can see here, but I like these kind of hardbacks where the cover is printed directly on the hardback. It's got a nice thick cover. It has these nice end papers. Oh, but what I want to show is this the Rocketeer himself, and the words are printed on this extra shiny material that's part of the cover. So, it's just extra cool. And it's on this really high quality, thick, glossy paper, and it's a beautifully designed package. I think as comic book collections go, for those of you who know about binding, I think it's on the higher end of binding quality. It's from IDW, and I think they do a nice job on their hardbacks. But then the whole package has a really, really nice design to the whole book. The actual story is about, I think, 88 pages or so. But they've packed it full of other stuff so that the whole book is 135 pages. And one of the things that they've done is they've put in every single layout sketch that Chris Samnee did for the whole 4-issue run. Here's a nice little sort of introductory page for it. And so you get to see how, for those of us who are interested in this kind of thing, I mean, if not, it's still a cheaper and yet nicer edition than you'll see anywhere of this same story. We get to see how Samnee lays out in advance and thinks through his layout. One of the many interesting things I found about this was that it shows us how he thinks about where the dark areas and I can't tell. I've got a reflection on the iPad that I'm shooting on here, but I think you can see that he's figuring out where the dark and light areas are in his panel. He thinks a lot about that. And one thing, I haven't finished reading this, but a thing that struck me about it, that one reason why I really like Samnee's art is that he's a really good storyteller. He has a very pleasing yet simple style, but also you can see that he really thinks through the storytelling. And you also can look at where he's laid out a panel, and then you can look at the final panel and see how he's adjusted things further. And you get his initial sketches for covers and the like. So you not only see the sketches for the covers that actually made it, but you see sketches for covers that they ended up not using, I believe. Of course, when you're thumbing through and talking, you don't. So there's various covers for the issue with the dinosaurs on the cover. I think that was issue 4, or no, it says, I don't know. Anyway, they show about 6 different sketches in all that he made for this. I really like, if I mail ordered this because it was a nice price, and I had wanted to read The Rocketeer, and I had held back because of the $4 cover price of the individual issues. When I saw this price, I just grabbed it. If I had known how nice this book was, I probably would have been happy paying full price for it, in fact. It's just one of the nicest packages I've seen in a long time. And as I said, I've only partially read it, but I'm really enjoying it a lot already. I think Samney and Wade are an excellent, excellent team. Maybe I'll get the next Rocketeer that's by Roger Langridge and Jay Bone, who might be a very good team also, but probably not up to this. And I'm going to keep an eye out on IDW books. So another thing that's going on with me is I'm probably going to try to reduce the number of monthly comic books that I buy right now. Because of a lack of time, I'm finding I'm needing to spend more and more family time and other projects. And I get the number of unread comic books I have is so piled up, and I would like to read more of them. But you get on this weekly thing, which is very exciting, where you want the latest thing. But it's just gotten kind of absurd how many unread comics I have. So, I've been mulling over what to take off my pull list. I think I'm still going to leave my pull list to be about 18 books a month. And then I'll probably pick up a few odds and ends along the way. But I think I'm going to drop Wonder Woman, Hawkeye, Fairest, Fables, Flash, probably Justice League Dark. Probably Justice League Dark. Probably Stormwatch. With Justice League Dark, I'm trying to figure out, I'll read it till the end of whatever the current arc is. With Stormwatch, I want to try at least one issue once Jim Starlin is on it. But maybe I'll take it off my pull and just grab it off the racks. And then some other books that I have as pulls are gonna be canceled anyway, like X-Men Extreme and I, Vampire and the Superman Family Adventures, which is really sad for me and my daughter. I might drop Batman and Robin. I have to decide. I haven't read the Requiem issue yet. But I just feel, even though the creators on that are really good, I feel like the reason I was getting that book was for Damian Wayne and Bruce Wayne and their relationship. And it's maybe a good time to drop it. So, dropping Hawkeye and Wonder Woman and Flash seems particularly painful, but I have to remind myself I can get them later. I can pick them up out of the bins, I can get trade editions. At the worst comes to worst, I can mail order it somewhere online once I've read my giant pile of comics. And on top of the roughly 18 comics that I'll still be pulling from my comic book store, I have like 10 or 11 subscriptions from Marvel Comics that I get. They're expensive comic books via the mail. I get those a few weeks late, so I don't usually talk about them. But anyhow, that will hopefully allow me to catch up and not distract me too much from all my other responsibilities. I don't think it'll change in any big way the number of videos I make. What my videos are about might change a little bit as I start reading some of my backlog of comics. And some of my backlog of graphic novels. Even though I was loving this, I had other new comics I wanted to get to, so I read some of this, and then I read some Green Arrow. That's interesting. Will I add Green Arrow to my pull list? I can't decide on that. Okay, hope you're all well, and I'll talk to you later.